All right, that is Malaguena, a simplified version of it by Francisco Tárrega. And here's how to play it. So we're going to play a part of an E major chord. So we're going to take our first finger, going to put it on the first fret of the G. Then our second finger is going to go on the second fret of the D string, so the fourth string. So it's like you're playing an E major chord, but you've removed the bottom two strings, and I use fingers 1 and 2 instead of 1 and 3. But if you want to use 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, either one is fine. They'll both work just fine. So I'm gonna use these two fingers, and then what I'm gonna do is these fingers are gonna just stay planted while I play the notes, and I'm gonna play the fourth string followed by the first string, then third string followed by the first string, then the second string followed by the first string. Okay, so we're going 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. And we're going to do that twice. That gives us the first two measures of the riff. Okay, so I would say just practice that for a little bit until that feels natural. Then we can move on to the next part. So next we're going to move these two fingers from where they are right here. We're just going to drop them down, both of them down one set of strings. So we're on first fret of the second string, and we're on the second fret of the third string. And this is going to start similar to the way that we did the previous two measures. We're going to keep these fingers down, and we're going to play 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so far what we have is this. We have and I would say practice up to that spot right there. That's almost 2.5 measures, but get that down before you move on to the next part, because the next part is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Okay, so the next part, you've got these two fingers are here. You've just played. And what you're going to do next is you're going to take your first finger off, and you're going to play second string, first string. Then you're going to go down, you're going to play the third string, followed by the first string. Then you're going to take your second finger off, and then play the first string again. So now we've added this. We take our first finger off, play the third string, first string, take that finger off, and then play the first string again. So far, we've got this. And you may want to review that second section a little bit, but you would definitely want to practice that. That's through the first half of the fourth measure of this little riff. And I would say practice up to that point until it feels easy, because it can be a little bit confusing if you don't have it down, if you don't have the first parts of it memorized before you try to move on to the next parts. So again, just that second half here, we've played up to this point here. Okay, we've got up to there, and then this second part that I just showed you, actually I guess this is the third part that I showed you, is you're going to take your first finger off, play 2, 1, then you're going to play 3, 1, then you're going to take your second finger off and play 3, 1 again. To finish this, you're going to place your third finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then play the 4th string, followed by the 1st string, and then you're back to the beginning of the riff, and you're going to put those 2 fingers down and repeat that. And that'll take you through the riff 2 times. So you may want to go through this again and pause and practice these different sections, but you'll get this down if you just take it small chunks at a time. Now, with the picking hand, what I was doing was I was just picking a downstroke and all downstrokes as I was showing this to you. But you can do this, you could do it that way. What I would probably do if I was just playing it normally is I would do a downstroke and then an upstroke. Like that. The other thing you can do if you don't normally use a pick when you're playing is you can use your thumb and index finger. And you don't have to use the other fingers if you don't want to, but you can just use thumb and index to play this. So the index stays assigned to the 1st string while your thumb plays everything else. Just like that. All right, so that is how to play it. Have fun.
Thank you.